Good afternoon, Enid, and welcome to another stormy day, but it's going to be glorious here in the studio. We have a lot of fun stuff to bring to you, and so, yeah. So how was your weekend?
It was great. We started out the week last week in DC, and I took a vacation day on Friday and went down to Dallas and visited some family, and came back yesterday and got the cars in the garage or under the carport in time for that hail that we had last night.
Yeah. So my weekend was rather fun and adventurous. We went to Altus and watched Scott's daughter graduate high school. So that was fun. And we just kind of had a whole weekend in Altus. And then we came back Sunday. And so, yeah, that was fun.
Congratulations. It is that time of year where school is out. People are graduating or graduated. And I did notice this morning on the way to work, no school zones. So that just brings up another topic for us to just briefly explain is, hey, let's just watch out for the kids. It's summertime. There's probably going to be more children out riding bicycles throughout the day and out playing. So just be watchful for those kids that are out and hopefully outside enjoying the weather.
That is a great point. I love that you highlighted that for sure. We do have some stuff to get to, so we're just going to jump right into it.
All right.
So the first thing that we're going to talk about is we do have some severe weather. I'm not a weather person, but I do follow the Garfield County Emergency Management Facebook page religiously. And when I say religiously, I follow it. Like, I check it every day, especially when there's bad weather out. And so that's a great guidance to kind of, because it's more local for Garfield County rather than the whole state. And so I personally enjoy it.
I will say one of the things I love about that app is on that first icon there, local weather, you can touch that button if you have the app, and it will bring up a weather radar, and it will show you where the alerts are. And it doesn't matter where you are, you can check that app and you can move it around the state. You can move it around into other states, and it will show you where all the severe weather across the country is. So even if you're not in Enid, this app is very helpful for you to see what the incoming radar is doing and what the alerts are in the area. So
and that's good for loved
it's
ones
helpful.
too.
Yeah,
for sure,
it's great.
Keep tabs on them. And so they do have a Facebook page. They also have a website, and you can also download the app. All three are updated simultaneously.
It's that time of year, so sometimes having that extra. That's why they do this. That's why people have invested so much money in the radars that we have, is so we can have that extra 10 minutes, because that extra 10 minutes can save lives. And so get the app. Make sure that you're weather aware so you can take care of your family.
For sure. I'm glad we highlighted that.
Yeah.
And then we also have some Memorial Day closings that we're going to talk about. So Memorial Day is on Monday, May 27th. And so it's always a great day to honor our veterans and those who have come before us and things like that. And so with that in mind, the admin building will be closed, as well as some of the other offices around town.
You can go play golf. And if you have something you need to take care of at our city landfill, you can go take care of that from 8 to 2.
Now, the city landfill, what I did learn today was the landfill is open, but the landfill offices are not. So if you need to call in, if you have a question, then that
closed.
will not be
That's right.
available. But you can always do that before we're closed. So there's that. And then we also have the code department has some updates, and I know you are full of information on this.
This is going to be this is a great project. Our community development center is being redone, rebuilt. We've been under construction, and we have to completely close the lower floor for some construction next week. It was actually closed this week so we could move some things out this last week. And next week during Memorial Day, there's going to be some construction, and hopefully in the beginning of June, we'll all be back in there. It's going to be a beautiful space. It's going to have new floors, new offices. It's going to be a better way for us to help people. So in the meantime, if you need a permit, or if you need help with a dream of yours coming to life, and you need to submit site plans or talk about construction plans or anything like that, get a permit for a fence, call in, shoot an email, and we do have someone that is on the first floor of the admin building in room 124. So you can go speak to Jennifer there, and she can help you out, or call or send an email. And if we need to set up a meeting for a special plan or site that you want to build on, or any questions about planning or zoning, we can set up a meeting with you. But you just shouldn't expect that there'll be someone there to bring you into a conference room, because we've moved all of our staff to our service center, which is not really open to the public. But they're available by appointment, and then we do have one person working on the first floor in room 124.
And she is very helpful.
Yes, she is.
I have, she's actually my best friend, and so I've been able to have lunch with her, and I was there, and I just got to watch her do her magic, and she's pretty remarkable, so you're in really good hands.
We're glad to have her.
She
does good.
She is pretty phenomenal. And then we have, the Champlin pool, right? So that is something that people always look forward to, because when it's hot outside, you don't want to sit there and be miserable.
So there's a movie on June the 1st, but that would mean that the pool's open at some point. And so...
Yes, so the pool will open on the 28th.
That's right.
So that is tons of fun. And you can get more information at enid.org/park events. And from what I understand, the concession will be open. And yeah, you can bring a blanket, you can bring a floaty and watch the movie.
So Aquaman, that's a pretty good movie to show at the pool.
Yeah, because it has water.
I was his stunt double. You probably didn't know that.
Oh yeah?
No, that's not true at all. Not at all.
You're silly.
Go enjoy the movie.
Yes, absolutely. And then there are going to be, let me highlight some information that I have for you that is definitely confirmed. So we do have lap swim, open swim, and aqua cardio. Lap swim is Tuesday. All of these are Tuesday through Saturday, but they do have different time frames. So lap swim is 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and open swim is from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. and the aqua cardio is from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And pool entrance fees are $3 per person per day per lap swim, or for the lap swim, open swim, and aqua cardio. And then you can buy a pool pass for $30, and then each for the first family member, and then it's $20 for every other family member.
And if you didn't write any of that down, and if you don't have a great memory, you can find this information at enid.org/park events.
Yes, you can. And so that I'm glad you highlighted that. That's a lot of information to take in. I'm not going to deny that. We do have this, and so from what I understand, there is a rain date. If it rains, it is Oklahoma and it's the season, then a rain date will be announced at a later date. So with all of that, we got through all that. Now we're going to move into our road closures. So there was a fire hydrant installation that was planned to be finished, but they had to extend it through May 24th. And so that will close the northbound lane of North Lincoln Street at the West Chestnut Avenue corner. So there is that. And then we also there's going to be road closures on Rose Tree Lane. And this is for a mill and overlay. So those are really nice once those get completely finished. And so that is going to last 4 days. So there's that.
Good work. There's already been quite a bit of work done in Seven Pines, and so this is another area that needed some attention. I'm sure it's a minor inconvenience during the construction, but it's going to be worth it.
For sure. From what I understand, you have some information about a downtown walk or AARP or something?
That's right. It is actually tomorrow from 11 to 1:30. There's a walkability study, and it's put on by AARP. And if you want to be involved in that, it is at Enid Main Street, 217 North Washington. So we'll meet at 11 o'clock and talk about it. And walkability in our downtown is important. T-set is that's the tobacco settlement. I forget what the initials all mean, but they're helping out with this as well. And it's just an exploration of is our downtown walkable, is it accessible to people, and they're going to help us with some suggestions on how to make our downtown even better. And so that's what this is all about, and it should be great. We're working on some other initiatives in some other departments. Our historical society and group is actually working on some really neat things that will be good for downtown, kind of like this too. Putting some markers, historical markers around in the downtown area where you can read about what the history of the buildings were, and maybe access through your phone some old pictures and some old information on history. And so I'm excited about that. That's probably going to be happening sometime next year. But this walkability study is important if you would like to be involved in it. Tomorrow from 11 to 1:30, meet at Main Street, Enid. I'll be there.
That's really neat. You always wonder about like what's the history of certain buildings or whatnot, and I just think that's a really cool project that's going to really revitalize the downtown area. So we have that, and then we also have some meetings coming up tonight, and so if you want to talk about that.
That's right. Tonight we have a Metropolitan Area Planning Commission meeting, 6:30 or at 6 o'clock. Be over there at the council chambers if you'd like. And tonight on the agenda there's a zoning for Enid Public Schools. They've got some new property that they've acquired where they're building some tennis courts. And schools and government, the zoning that we use for that is a special use zoning, and so they're requesting this residentially zoned land to be rezoned into special use. So that's very typical. It's adjacent to their special use zoning that they already have right across the street from the high school. So they'll be talking about that and discussing that hearing and in consideration. And then there's also a lot split on the agenda for tonight in the area of where the old, where Evans is and Blaze's Barbecue, kind of that shopping complex. There's a lot split up for consideration tonight as well. 6 o'clock, council chambers. Tomorrow night we have a study session and council meeting in the council chambers. We have a study session starting at 5 o'clock. Several things we're going to be talking about. The green polycart program and the blue polycarts moving forward. What have we done? What does the future look like? What's happening with that? And then we're also going to be talking about we have changed our code, our electrical and building code to match what the state has, and so there's a study item on that to bring the mayor and councils up to what we're doing on that. It'll be brought forth at a later meeting to actually vote on making those changes, but really what it boils down to on this item is the state mandates what manuals that we have to go by when it comes to state code, and we get to abide by what they decide. So we just need to change our ordinances to match what theirs are. So that's what that item's all about. And then there's going to be an update on Oakwood Bowl and what that owner is doing for entertainment around there. So that's a study session at 5 o'clock. Directly after that, at 6:30, we'll move into our regular agenda item. And it's mostly about approving the budget in this one. So the only other items that are really on there of consideration other than the budget would be there is a TAP grant public hearing to consider, and then there's some consent items, and I think in EMA it's budget and an agreement with Stover. So that's it. Join us at 6:30. You can always participate and sign up for public comment if you'd like to do that. So we'll see you tomorrow night at 6:30.
Absolutely. Bye.